What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. We're continuing with team previews. And today we got the Philadelphia Phillies and we got Phillies Hot Stove Media right here. So make sure go check out his channel. I'll put a link down in the description. So make sure to go to subscribe over there. So how you been doing, man?
Great, man. How you doing?
Not bad now. Not bad. Just getting ready for the season.
Glad to hear.
And obviously y'all had a pretty damn good off season. You picked up Trey Turner, Taijuan Walker, Matthew Strom, looks like, Craig Kimbrell, Josh Harrison. You picked up Soto, I think, in a trade. So,
yep.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that offseason y'all had?
It's just been absolutely insane. I mean, the run to the World Series was absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, really just one hell of a ride, something that was totally unexpected. And to, take that tough loss to the Astros in the World Series and then come back in the offseason and make all these big splashes. Turner, obviously being the biggest of them all, really has just been, really surreal in many ways. And I think it just kind of shows that, hey, like, guess what? That was a tough loss, but, may have knocked us down, but we're just going to keep on going. We're going to get up and we're going to try to do this again.
That's awesome. And obviously, what are your thoughts? I was going to ask on Rob. I know Rob Thompson took over kind of halfway and took y'all to the World Series, gave him an extension. So I guess he's doing a pretty good job for you all.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely manages the bullpen a lot different than Girardi did. I did notice quite a few parallels between the two for obvious reasons since they worked, next to each other for about, 10 to 15 years. But I just think that he had a better grip on the clubhouse. And I think he promoted this, idea within the clubhouse. It wasn't so militant. It was more of a relaxed and loose feel. And I think that allowed the players to have more fun playing the game, and it kind of just allowed them to relax. And I think his managerial style appeals more to the players. I'm definitely a big fan. I mean, of course, I've had my moments where I've been really frustrated with him, like every manager has been with this organization. But I think he's done a really great job. Taking us to the World Series again, something that really just wasn't really expected by anybody, including myself.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't remember what he did. There's some move he made in the World Series that pissed everyone off, I think. You probably remember. I don't remember what happened.
I kind of remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just remember something. But
it also had something to do with, I don't think this was it, but also bringing in Jose Alvarado in that situation. Like, he really wasn't having that great of a postseason. And
that might have been it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, that was kind of he wanted the lefty matchup with Alvarez, so I don't totally fault him for that. But yeah, that was not the best decision. But I could see where he was coming from.
I mean, yeah, but I was like, how's anyone going to be mad at this guy? You guys were like, you had to fire your manager. It was looking terrible, and then you go all the way to the World Series. So
exactly.
You can't be too mad at him.
No, absolutely
not. I was rooting for you guys. It didn't work out, but National League champs. And
I think everybody's rooting for us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the Astros. So this is just a sample lineup. I know. I guess Harper's going to be out. I don't know how long.
I mean, at first they said for the entire first half of the season, and now they're saying early to mid-June. That's what I heard not too long ago. So I don't know. I think I'm on the side of listen, we already got a loaded lineup. Especially, I think Nick Castellanos is going to bounce back this season. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, of course, is a slow start. I mean, we got Trey Turner now, who was ranked the best shortstop in all of baseball. So obviously, having Harper out of the lineup, out of any lineup, is certainly going to be a negative. But I wouldn't really rush him back too much because just his talent and just his overall presence that he has in the lineup. I mean, you don't want to risk losing that again if you try to rush him back. So I would be on the side of kind of better be safe than sorry. You might want to give him some more time to kind of heal that up a little bit, because that's not something you want to play with.
No, and it doesn't. As long as you make the playoffs, you'll have him, ready
exactly
in October. And this lineup, assuming everyone else stays healthy, is going to be really powerful.
Absolutely.
Obviously, with Turner, Schwarber, Hoskins, Realmuto, Castellanos, throw Harper in there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was complaining. I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're not going to have Harper for the majority of the first half of the season." They said, "Hey, it's better to have him, at the end of the season,
Yeah.
with us than not at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a scary freaking lineup.
Oh my gosh.
Derek Hall, has he been with y'all? Or-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, really just a great power hitter, but he is just unhittable against left-handed pitching, and then that's
Oh,
why
okay.
he's just so frowned upon by a lot of people. But I tell you, when there's a right-hander on the mound, he's certainly a guy who went up at the plate. He could really mash some baseballs.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just I don't remember him for some reason, but yeah, everyone else I know.
Hmm.
And then you got your bench. I don't know if you have too many thoughts on that. You got picked up Josh
Yeah, I
Harrison.
mean,
Uh,
last year I think kind of showed that. I mean, you still have to have like a really good, solid, versatile bench, but it doesn't matter as much as it used to. Simply because of the universal DH being,
yeah.
a thing now. But I mean, yeah, you still have to have a good, solid bench to be a good and capable roster. And I think Josh Harrison is, I know he's at kind of the end of his career now, but I think he kind of resurrected his career again when he went to the Nationals, in
Yeah.
2020. And he had a great 2021 season. I mean, not so great last year in 22 with the White Sox, but he's a switch hitter, which I really like. And the guy, he's got some pop. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. We had him 3 years ago in spring training, but he was cut. So it's nice that he gets a second chance.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 35. So yeah, just a veteran guys on the bench. It's not too bad. And then we jump into the rotation. Right now, this is what it shows. Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler coming back. You got Taijuan Walker. You signed him. Suarez, and then Bailey Falter. I'm not.
Yeah,
too familiar with
I
him.
don't know if that's going to be, definite still. I mean, honestly, at this point in the offseason probably will be, though. But I was kind of hoping that they get a number 5, like an actual legit number 5. No offense to Bailey Falter, but it just have to do with that.
Yeah, it's still. Let's see. It's still pretty good. I guess this is a.
Yeah, I mean, the
one of your
Taijuan Walker
draft picks
signing
or
was.
something.
I'm sorry.
This is one of your draft picks. Yeah, Bailey Falter. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Phillies draft
Yep.
picks. So
Yep.
He must have pitched pretty well in minor leagues to get. To
Yeah,
this
he was
point.
going up and down, especially like last year. Like he'd come up for an opener start, and then like he'd be like sent down for like 5 to 10 days, and he'd be called back up, and it was kind of just back and forth for a while. So I think he did a great job. A lot of the opener starts, and then that allowed him to actually get a spot in rotation because he actually at the very end, like the final like 3 or 4 weeks of the season, he overtook Noah Syndergaard for that spot in rotation. And he did pretty well. But he had he didn't really do that great in the playoffs, so unfortunately.
Okay, so you probably have some more depth somewhere, I guess, or is this it? I mean, any money? No.
Yeah, I mean,
jump into that rotation. Or?
Yeah, I think. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of his name now.
Andrew
Painter. Andrew Painter.
Oh no, Painter. Okay.
Yeah. So, I think Andrew Painter. I mean, the word is that maybe he could possibly come up to, because the Phillies have been notoriously known for rushing their prospects up to the big leagues. I mean, we've seen it so many times over the last decade. So I would not be surprised if Andrew Painter gets called up this year and maybe see some time there in the number 5. So also Micah Bell, it's just a matter of time. I mean, he was drafted in 2020, which was obviously 1 year prior to the year that Painter was drafted. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see him there too. But I think the biggest weak point, you're probably going to ask me about this too. I really think the biggest weak point right now with the Phillies, and I'm actually kind of concerned about it a little bit, is the middle relief. Like our middle relievers in our bullpen, because I love our back end, but I'm a little bit worried about that. Like I feel like that's like one of our weakest points right now.
Yeah, well, Phillies were known for having a terrible bullpen for a long time. I was kind of but I guess it must have been a lot better last year. It got you to the World Series.
Yeah.
So and you picked up Craig Kimbrell's like he's either the best in the world or it's terrible. It seems like.
Exactly. When he's not pitching against the Diamondbacks, I think he's the best in the world. But
so sometimes he's good. Even back when he was with the Cubs, he would sometimes go through these weird times where he's just not very good, and then he would always figure it out. So
he's getting older now. I mean, I think that he'll definitely provide some in the back end of the bullpen for the Phillies, but I wouldn't say that it's like a major game changer. I mean, it's certainly a really nice pickup, but we didn't get him at a huge discount. But Dombrowski knows him, so it's like a nice connection. So I'm definitely I definitely was a fan of the signing, but he's not what he used to be. But we're not paying him to be what he used to be. We're paying him
Yeah.
to be what he's been like over the last few years, and he still has a good amount of stuff within him. I still think there's a lot of life left in that arm. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to do and what he's going to do. And also, he's a name that the Phillies have been connected to for like a long time. Ever since he was a free agent after leaving the Red Sox in 2018, the Phillies have always been connected to the name Craig Grimble.
Yeah, they finally got him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got like 4 guys listed. I don't know who your closer, or if you guys do a kind of closer by committee or what. I don't know how
The
that.
word is again that it's not really going to be a set closer. They're just going to try to just rotate, whatever Thompson thinks is the best guy to use from the night-to-night basis, which I could see his point on that. But also, I'm a guy that really does like structured, like a good structured bullpen though. At the same time, it allows it's better for the morale. That way, the guys can get comfortable in a certain role. I kind of feel like that's a little bit more risky when you just kind of go from a night-to-night basis and not really have a set closer.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But at least you have. I mean, these are 4 pretty good names, and so were you worried about kind of here in the middle relief, or?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like last year, because especially at the tail end of the season, when we had Kyle Gibson, we had Noah Syndergaard, we had Zach Eflin, all in that that middle relief role, and now I mean, just Zach Eflin, of course, signed with the Tampa Bay Rays a 3-year deal. Noah Syndergaard signed a 1-year deal with the Dodgers. Kyle Gibson, who I couldn't stand, obviously went to Baltimore. So like we're really I'm not crazy about our middle relief right now. I'm just not, like, it's just I feel like it's still fairly weak. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like a major concern, but there's not a whole lot of options we have. I mean, again, I wouldn't be surprised, as we were talking about, with like Bailey Falter number 5, with possibly Micah Bell or Andrew Painter, possibly seeing some time there. Also, I wouldn't be surprised, like at the very beginning, if they got to see some time, kind of getting like that middle relief role out of the bullpen, just to kind of fill that void right now. Because again, I love our back end. I really do. But I'm not a big fan of that.
It looks good.
Yeah,
I think you got enough there. I mean, you should be okay. It's at least it's not going to be as bad as the bullpens of the past.
right.
Your prospects you mentioned. I guess it's Micah Bell. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Micah Bell. Okay. Oh, I've been saying it wrong. So you got him. You got Painter. You mentioned. Some of these guys are lower. Any of these other guys going to make an impact? I don't know about Griff McGarry. I don't know.
You'll probably see him too. Yeah, you'll probably see him too. I mean, he's really risen up that list. I think that's a name you'll see too. And also Jan Rojas. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him this year too. No way you're going to see Justin Crawford this year. I mean, he was just drafted last year.
Yeah.
You won't see him. But we'll probably see Jan Rojas this year. Yeah, Juan Rojas is going to be a stud.
Juan Rojas, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's going to be a stud.
That's nice. They're moving up. So, so it looks like you guys, I mean, after winning, not winning, you win the National League, you made the World Series.
Yep.
You improved the offseason. Even if you don't have Bryce Harper, he's going to be back well before the playoffs. So, I mean, are you think you have this? I mean, obviously, you guys went 3rd place last year and made it to the playoffs. So,
correct.
You don't have to win the division.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are your thoughts here on the Mets and how about their offseason and Braves? Obviously, Braves have been
very quiet. Yeah, I felt the Braves have been very quiet. I mean, they kind of just dismissed Dansby Swanson, but I don't blame them for staying away at the price the Cubs paid, because the Cubs have been notoriously known for overpaying for guys that are really not that great. But the Braves have been really quiet. The Mets, I mean, obviously the Mets are my least favorite team. I'm trying to put all bias aside. I mean, they have had a decent offseason, but Justin Verlander, I know he won the AL Cy Young Award last year and everything. I know he's still at the top of his game, but how many years does he have left? You know what I mean? Like, he's getting up there in age now. I don't see him being overly productive within these next couple of years. And Max Scherzer has already showed signs of declining. I mean, he fell apart last year in the postseason against the Padres. So I mean, they always talk about spending money, spending money, spending money. But I think the question no one is asking is, are they spending money, on the right guys? And I think that remains to be seen. I mean, Cohen certainly isn't afraid to open up his wallet, but is he opening up his wallet for the right kind of guys? And I think that remains to be seen. I mean, the McNeil extension I think it was great. I mean, I think they did a wonderful job with the Jeff McNeil extension. I thought they got him at a great deal, and also they were able to bring back Nimmo, who was really just a centerpiece for them.
Yeah.
Out there in center field. And losing DeGrom, obviously he's Jacob DeGrom and he's a stud, and he has this absolutely just nasty stuff. But I mean, he's injury prone all the time. He's injured all the time. Like, are the Mets really going to be? I mean, obviously it's a loss, but is it really that crazy of a loss? I'm not too sure. I mean, like he's very injury prone. He can't prove that he can go from game 160 from game 1 to game 162 without having some major injury. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Mets should be too sad about losing Jacob DeGrom. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely think they've gotten a little bit better, but I wouldn't say it's been some fantastic, amazing offseason. But they got Nimmo at a pretty good deal, and Jeff McNeil extension especially has just, that was just great for them.
For sure. And I was looking. Yeah, I even said it when I did the Mets preview with a Mets fan, and I told him, like, dude, the only thing I'm concerned about is this age of this rotation.
Exactly.
Like you said, you can't pitch forever. You don't care if you're Verlander or whoever else.
Look at Tom Brady. And obviously I know that's football, but you got to call it a day at some point. I mean.
Yeah, and 40 is usually it's you're done.
Right.
But
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, but I thought, man, he could come out and win a Cy Young again. But
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Either way.
Yeah, and Scherzer. I mean, are they both going to be? Neither one of them is going to, fall off. That's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah. Even Carrasco's 36.
Yeah, I don't think
Tana's 34. Yeah. Senga's the young guy, 30.
Senga's going to be really. That's one name that really does scare me. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good signing. That's one name I forgot to mention. Really good signing from Cohen. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Exactly. And it's just a little bit of older rotation. So if they can hold it together, it's going to be good. But yeah, that's the big question. Your guys, let me just see. Yeah, your rotation, much younger.
Yep.
Yeah, 30, 29, 32, 30, 27.
I don't think the Mets blow us away. I really don't. I think that our postseason run should really prove that. I really don't think the Mets are way better than we are. I really don't.
No. And the Braves guy the Braves guy thought that he was more worried about the Phillies than the Mets. So that tells you right there. Right?
Yeah.
And
again, the Braves have done nothing. I mean. Yeah. Who was it? Sean Murphy. I mean, okay, that wasn't. I mean, that's cool, but that's pretty much the only major. I wouldn't even call that a major move, but that's pretty much the only move that really got my attention.
Yeah, I guess they didn't feel I needed to do too much. I'm not sure, but
right.
Yeah, sometimes teams are pretty well off. My Giants didn't do too much either, but we needed to do.
They tried.
Yeah, she tried. That was a mess, but at least the Mets didn't get them. So,
right.
Yeah. For your sake, it's back in the American League, so it's not going to really matter. But I mean, overall, you guys are looking good. At, like you said, running it back and try again, and this time see if you can win it all. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're doing all 30 teams, so make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and also check out Phillies Hot Stove Media. I'll put the links, especially if you're a Phillies fan. So I really appreciate it. No problem. Y'all have a good one. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We'll talk to y'all next time.
See you later.